Hey, hey, good morning, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is April, and we're with Clear Path for Veterans New England. It's great to see everybody this morning. How is everybody? Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Awesome, awesome. So my friends, as you know, through the month of kind of the end of September and all of October, we are bringing awareness to our dog service program here at Clear Path, which really makes a huge difference in the lives of our veterans. And today we're talking to our trainers. I know last week's live stream, we were lucky enough to be in the training room and we met some of our dogs and some of our volunteers. And we also met one of our trainers that's here today, Cindy. But today we're really going to kind of talk and learn from the trainers about the process, how long it takes for the service dog program. So I first want to start by introducing everybody. We have Nick, who's our service dog administrator. We have Mike Howd and Cindy Butts, who are our trainers. Good morning.
Morning.
What I'd like to do is I'd like to just quickly go around and tell, not quickly, so let's take some time and go around and introduce yourselves and tell a little bit about how you came to Clear Path and your experience in working with dogs and how you kind of decided to join in the service program. And Nick, I know we've heard from you before, but I can't say enough and share enough about you because of all the wonderful things you do. So I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Nick Nadeau. I'm the Service Dog Program Administrator for Clear Path. A little bit about myself. I am a Marine Corps veteran. I did a tour in Fallujah, Iraq in 2005, 2006. I was wounded overseas. When I came back home, kind of went through some times just like a lot of other veterans did. I started training my own dog and then learned how to train dogs professionally through a different agency, and started out my own businesses in New Hampshire, Maine, and Massachusetts. On my free time, I was working and volunteering with veterans, and I got a call from somebody at Clear Path saying, "Hey, you trained one of my friend's dogs, and I'm not sure if you're interested, but we have a position that's available to not only work with veterans, but service dogs at the same time." And I said, absolutely, sign me up. Where do I need to go? And it's been amazing here. We're new in the building, but the service dog program has been going for a little while now. And I just feel that as a veteran myself and have had struggles from when I came home to now, that if I had a place like Clear Path, right off the bat when I came home, things would have gone a lot smoother, a lot easier for myself.
Awesome, awesome. And what kind of experience do you have? So, did you have, you were working with dogs, but how did that come to be? Did you have a passion for dogs? Did you
Yeah, so when I worked in law enforcement for a little while, and I've always was interested in the police canine and working with those dogs and working with the handler. So I always kind of had a passion about it. And I wasn't sure if it was something that I wanted to do full time until I realized the benefits of how it helped me working with the dogs, being able to do things that I wasn't able to do before, and under the guise of I was working with my dog, and it kind of helped me come back and heal and be with my family. It affected so many different aspects of my life, and knowing what I know now with working with dogs, and I want to share that with as many veterans as I possibly can.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much. You really make a difference, so I appreciate it, and thanks for sharing your story. All right, my friend Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey guys, my name is Mike Howd. I've been training dogs for almost 10 years now. And I started off doing basic obedience work with dogs, and I did that for probably 5 years, and I wanted to expand my horizons, and I saw the potential in these dogs and the way that they helped humans, and I wanted to kind of add to that. So I went to different schools and volunteered for different organizations, and I just truly fell in love with the way that these dogs helped veterans, people, anyone. And I just saw the power. I feel like they're the most useful tool for not only PTSD, but just emotional therapy dogs, whatever it had to be. But so yeah, I was training dogs for a while and kind of wanted to. I was dealing with so many dogs that had become a burden, and I wanted to have dogs that were just good for the people right off the bat. And so yeah, I met with Donna about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, before the service dog program really got kicked off. And my goal and my family's goal was to help as many veterans with PTSD via service dog as we could. And so we got to talking, and yeah, here I am a few years later.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, and thanks for all that you do. Miss Cindy, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of how you came to ClearPath.
So I've been training a little over 30 years. I actually started out in agricultural school, so my major was horses and dogs. Right after high school, somebody hired me to do some training. I ended up boarding and training. I had my own program, about 10 years there. Then I moved out to this area, started up my business again. In the meantime, my daughter, who's a veteran, I was introduced to some of her friends who had come back, and they had some dogs. So I wanted to do some more specialized training. Like I'd started out training deaf dogs, and I found it was kind of fun to do more specialized instead of just obedience. And once I started doing the deaf dogs, I found that it was very rewarding because it really helped people. So then I started out training my daughter's friends, service dogs. They just wanted a service dog for PTSD. And I kind of really loved that work. So that's when I looked to volunteer for a veterans organization. I found ClearPath, called them up, met with Donna. She said they were starting a service dog program, and they hired me on to be the lead trainer. And ever since then, I've been training there. So
awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. And thanks for all that you do. How many service dogs have been through our program at this point?
Cindy, you want to talk about that?
How many
so
dogs?
we have 9 dogs in the program right now. We actually just certified one. Maggie is our most recent graduate. So what they do is they're ranging in different ages. So we have puppies, we have some that are a little bit older, we have veterans that are bringing in their dogs. So Michael has some. Mike, how many do you have at your place?
I have 5 currently.
Yeah.
You have 5 dogs at your house right now?
So generally speaking, I will get a new puppy every 3 months or so, every 3 or 4 months. So I have a consistent line of dogs coming out.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So how many have gone through the program? Do you guys know a number off the top of your head? I know that I should have probably asked you that ahead of time, but you keep going. Do you know off the top of your head how many we've certified so far?
I want to say, not sure. I want to say 6.
Okay. And so that really brings up kind of the next topic of conversation, the process and how long it takes to get a service dog certified. So who'd like to start and kind of talk a little bit about the process? I think it'd be helpful for our friends to hear about like how we choose our puppies and kind of the long haul of training, because it can take 18 months to 2 years or even up to 3, right?
Yeah. Mike, I'll let you take this one.
Sure. Yeah, so I have a great relationship with my breeder out in Lakeville, where I will go and meet with the puppies from weeks 6, 7, and 8. So I will do my best to get a feel for the puppy's personality at that time. It can be challenging, and they can often be pretty similar, but there can be some outliers. But so I get the puppy from 8 weeks, and I train the dog, all the basic obedience commands. And once the dog starts to get a little bit older, I will start to incorporate some of the task work, whether it's picking items up off the floor, having the dog help you up off the couch, nightmare alerts, PTSD alerts. That will come in around a year of age with the dog. Once I feel the dog is pretty well-rounded and has gotten the obedience and task work down, I will start to kind of get a feel for where the dog might get matched up. So getting a feel for the veteran and the veteran's needs around 14 months is generally the sweet spot, and trying to pair them up around then so I can see what the dog might need fine tuning wise. And then, yeah, it's usually about a year and a half we're starting to do the training with the dog and the veteran.
Wow. And so, so when you're looking at the puppies and you talked about outliers, what personality traits do you look for? I mean, clearly, you know, when they're a puppy, when you train that, you start to train them, sometimes things change, right? So not every dog, is every dog service dog material? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so it's interesting. Sometimes it's more eliminating some of the dogs. There's sometimes they'll have the almost like the Eeyore of the puppies. It's just kind of flat, maybe not quite as motivated as the dog might need to be. And then sometimes there's dogs that will just speak to me. They just want to be by your side. They'll follow you around, and it's just from a very young age. Each litter is different. All the puppies have different personalities, so it's a little bit of a trial and error. But going to visit the puppies as much as I can before I make my decision has definitely helped out.
Nice. And your breeder that you work with, what are they, Labradors or what types?
Yep.
All right. And thank you. That's amazing. And then I guess when they get to the place where they're transitioning to, I'm not sure, is somebody typing? I hear typing.
No, I hear it on my end as well.
Strange. Okay. One of the when they get to the end of kind of their training and you start to introduce them to the vet, can we talk a little bit about that process? And like, is it kind of an interview? Is it like, how does that process work?
And do you want to
Yeah, so a lot of the time I like to just figure out if the veteran has had a dog before, and a lot of it comes back to the basics of how the veteran handles the dog. So it's new for a lot of people, and just getting them in the door, watching them work the dogs, see what the dog's doing right, see what the veteran can do to fine tune his handling skills, and then kind of matching up the dog from personality of the dog and personality of the veteran, as well as, you know, the tasks that they might need to have done.
And so besides Labradors, what other types of dogs are typically a good fit for a service dog? Or are all dogs, depending upon their personality, could they be a possible fit?
Cindy, you want to grab this one?
Sure. So they have typically the Fab Four. We tend to like to work with labs. They got great personalities. Technically, you know, any dog could be a service dog depending upon their work ethic and if their willingness to work. We have shepherds that have come out of our programs. You can technically do any dog. Again, it depends mostly upon their breeding. So the Fab Four consists of labs, collies, poodles, and collies, poodles, and there's another one. But again, so we start them so early. We start them at 8 weeks old. So as soon as they come, they start coming in to work with us. There's so much work that gets involved with their training. We need to be very careful about their fear times. Like, okay, so now if they're at a certain age and they're fear, we need to hold them back a little bit. We need to get them out in public. We need to know, are they willing to settle instead of, you know, going and jumping and meeting somebody. We need to do strict obedience with them. We need to teach the fosters. They need to live in foster homes. They need to come and do training. So it's very specialized training compared to just training our dogs for obedience. Again, we train probably the first 4 months just walking, learning to leave things, doing little tasks like holding things. From there, we'll go on to public access, starting out very slow and just small buildings and building it up. So again, it always depends on the personality and how much training you're doing with it. So it takes a pretty long time to get them good.
All right. So I'm trying to figure out where the noise is coming from. So if I muted you, it's because I can mute you from behind the scenes. So thank you, Cindy, for that. I think one of the things is that people don't also understand it is kind of all the materials that it takes. You have your training, and then how much time, like if you were to put into hours on average, do you feel like it can take for your time to give to a service dog or a volunteer? How much time, just an estimate on a weekly basis, goes into training?
So, Cindy, you're muted.
Sorry, I'll unmute her. Yep. I was just trying to figure out the noise coming.
So our fosters come in, they come in 4 days a week, and they train 4 hours, and that's strictly in the building. Then when they go home, they're training. So technically you can say they're training 18 hours a day unless they're sleeping, because not only are they training in work, so they're doing specific things, but then at home they're following through. Then they need to make sure that at home they're having good manners. So even though you're training at work, at home, say I have a cat bowl, I have to be teaching that dog to leave the cat bowl alone, because my veteran has my dog may have a cat. So Monty, who lived with me for a year, who's just placed with a veteran, it was just constant training. So it was, I would bring her to work, train, but then at home she was learning how to be nice around the house, nice around the grandchildren, making sure that she leaves cats alone, just everyday living. So it's a constant training.
Awesome. So friends, if you haven't tuned in before, but that just to let you know, the average cost of a service dog runs anywhere between $25,000 to $30,000 for the care, the training, the all inclusive of what it takes to get a service dog up and started. Our veterans list, that we have a waiting list of approaching 100 veterans in need, which is, if you listened in today, friends, you heard that it takes up to 18 to 24 months to train a service dog. So that list, our goal is to get more service dogs into our program. We're always looking for volunteers as well to help out with that, and fosters. And this month, in going through the end of the month, we are running our 50-50 raffle, and it's all the proceeds go to our service dog program. So how our 50-50 works is it's a win-win for ClearPath and for you. Tickets start at $20, and our goal is to reach $50,000 by the end of October. So we're just about 2 weeks away, friends, and we need your help more than ever. We are about $12,000, and of that jackpot, we split it 50-50 with one lucky winner. So help us spread the word about our dog service program, and consider purchasing $20 ticket, or take a chance at our $80 tickets, and you could be a jackpot winner. And bonus, we've been giving away some great early bird prizes. Who is not at some level a fan of Boston sports? We are the best in the business, right? We've had Patriot wins. Look at the Red Sox. And guess what, friends? We have Celtics tickets available. Tonight at 11:59, our early bird prize closes. I've dropped in the chat how to purchase your tickets. Consider purchasing your tickets, and also get a chance for our early bird prize. And guess what? If you don't win our early bird prize today, no worries, because you are still in the chance for next week's early bird prize, which is, as a Boston fan, we have more prizes coming. So, everybody, I really appreciate all your time today and coming and watching and learning about our service dog program. Sharing is caring. Please share this live stream. Share any of the information on our Facebook profile, our Facebook business page. We have some great events coming up. And at the end of this month, our last day of our 50-50 is our Dog and Music Festival at Devon's, which is going to be a fantastic time. It's our second one. And we're really excited because that dang COVID has put us in a place where we've had to reschedule. But guess what, friends? It's really happening. So get excited. Go to clearpath5050.com, buy your tickets today, and help us support our dog program and help us reach those almost 100 vets on our service list now. So thank you. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate all of your hard work and all that you do to make the difference in the lives of our veterans and their families. So everybody have a great day. Tune in tomorrow at 10 o'clock for our early bird winner. You will not want to miss it. Get out your tickets. Oh, but you have to get them first. Clearpath5050.com. See you soon, friends. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.